Good evening, Panther fans, and welcome to Make It Middle School. Tonight, your Panthers will be taking on Tuscola in a Mountain 7 conference match. I am former Panther coach Ken Neitz, and tonight with me is the current girls varsity soccer coach, Coach Dwight Long.
It's good to be here, Coach.
Panthers are coming off a big win on Monday. They started their conference schedule and had a big win here on their home turf, beating East Henderson 3-1 to start the year with a 1-0 conference record and a big win over East Henderson, Coach.
Oh, absolutely, and you like to see them continue that trend here. They are at home. Franklin Panthers have a tradition of not losing games on the home turf.
Absolutely. Playing a non-conference, rather tough non-conference schedule. I talked to Coach Kolazic, and he wasn't thrilled with a 1-2-3 record. You know, the three ties we called kissing your sister because you really didn't get anything out of it. But they played a real tough schedule, and I think it showed in that first conference game Monday with East Henderson, as they were able to defeat them 3-1 and start the conference season off really well. Hopefully they can continue that on tonight and start the season 2-0 in the conference, and that'd be another huge win for the Panthers tonight.
Yeah, as a coach, you also want to win your conference, and that's where really all your bets are at, is be the top dog in your conference, and playing those tougher teams will definitely prepare you for those tight games and tougher competitors within your conference.
As we're getting ready to start the match here, Panthers have the ball first. They send it down deep on the left side. Those of you who are not here, our weather tonight is rainy, 66 degrees, kind of cool for the players. Coach, what do you think about Tuscola usually playing on their home matches on turf, coming here and playing in the rain and on natural grass?
Oh, advantage Franklin every time. We know this. When you add a wet, slightly uneven field like we have here, the predictability of the ball is a little less predictable. Tuscola's used to passing that ball and it rolling the same, dry or wet, hot or cold. Out here, the grass is a little bit taller, the ball's a little slower. And if the grass is short, you never know quite where that ball's going to bounce.
And I didn't mention at the beginning, Tuscola comes into this match with a 3-3 record, all non-conference games. They were the odd man out in a 7-team conference. Somebody has to have a bye the first day of conference, and that was Tuscola. So they're trying to start their conference season off on a winning note. So we expect a hard-fought match on both sides.
Oh, absolutely. Tuscola definitely wants to get upset here and get the win, but they're going to have to fight for it with this group of boys.
And something that should bode well for the Panthers tonight and the rest of the season. I was looking at the roster. Last year they didn't have any seniors on the team at all, and this year they have 11 seniors and 8 juniors and 4 sophomores. So they're no longer young, Coach. They're a veteran team, especially with 11 seniors. And I know Coach Kolazic is looking for some great things out of those players.
Oh yeah, these seniors, they're very dedicated. I've seen some of these in the classroom, and they're dedicated. They want to win. They have the right spirit. They have the right focus, mindset. So I hope to see some good stuff out of them tonight. That senior leadership is definitely something you cannot take for granted.
And one of those seniors that Coach Kolazic always talks about is number 1, Luis Torres, who plays as the striker position for the Panthers. He leads the Panthers right now with 7 goals, and he really wants a high work rate out of him and high energy so everybody can feed off of him. And he said early on he might not have been getting everything he needed out of Luis, but there's been some players coming off the bench who have kind of jump-started the Panther attack.
Oh, absolutely. Seniors can get in that little trap where they just think they have that position. And bringing a guy off the bench will sometimes light a fire under that upperclassman. But, speaking on that senior note, we also have Caleb Peavy out here, one of the captains. He's a defender. And he's one that you can almost guarantee will keep his team motivated. You can see him walking down the sideline right now. He's commanding that team just like a senior should.
Absolutely. And those of you who are just joining us, your Panthers are wearing the black and red tonight at home. And the Tuscola Mountaineers are in the white, as they are the road team. A few years ago they switched that up. Usually the home team was wearing the light colors, but they switched that up. So your Panthers are in your black and red tonight. Tuscola working the ball out of the back, trying to work the right side. Early on in this game, the first 3+ minutes, basically dominated possession time by the Panthers. Had a little slip there, a foul was called. Tuscola was playing quickly. And Tuscola's kind of in the boat that the Panthers were last year. They only have 5 seniors, 6 juniors, 4 sophomores, and three freshmen, and 2 of those freshmen are starting. And those freshmen, looking at their roster, are Dominic Messer and Christopher Wells. Those 2 obviously played middle school soccer last year, and the last time they were on this field, they upset the Panthers to win the championship.
Yep, they're very skilled players.
The middle school championship, I should say. Panthers are working the left side, working down to Luis.
Now, Coach, with those freshmen on that field, if I got to pick between the freshman and the senior, I'm going to take that senior 9 times out of 10.
Absolutely. Experienced is a key factor, that's for sure. We got Isaiah Roots throwing that ball in for the Panthers. Looking to get it to number 15, Ulysses Padron Perez. 2 years ago, as an 8th grader, he set a school record at Macon Middle School with, I believe it was 20 or 21 goals. Yep. Last year he had a little grade problem, so he wasn't on the field, but seems to have righted that, and now he's out there and he's starting for the Panthers. So kudos to Ulysses for being able to get his grades up, and for Coach Kolazic and the staff to harp on that. And remember that these players aren't student athletes; they're they're not athletic students; they're student athletes, and
absolutely.
And grades are important.
Yeah, and sports is such a valuable thing. We went through the COVID season and things were uncertain. I think that's where most of these boys got into their gray area, if you will, as far as keeping their academics up, and sports held them accountable, and here they are, and that's what you want to see. Sports is good. It's great for athletics, great for health, but more importantly, it's great for their academic pursuits.
That ball was played nicely by Brian Rodriguez off the chest, went to Ulysses, who took a shot on goal. Keeper was up to the task, and the keeper for the Mountaineers is Luke Wilson. He comes into this game allowing 13 goals and has 33 saves, so quality keeper.
Yep. Now, Coach, one thing you do keep in mind, you being from the soccer world, it's wet, gloves are wet, ball's wet. I'm going to say the team that takes the most shots on goal is probably going to have the win tonight.
Absolutely. It might not even be a great shot on goal, but something that slides through, something that skips through, something unexpected, something that's usually stuck to the gloves. That's an easy save will no longer be easy. And just like you said, you kind of have to expect the unexpected on a wet field. The predictability is definitely not there.
So we got some missed hits down there from the defense. Panthers are being patient to collect the ball here, and if we can keep possession, keep the ball down here, that's what we want to do.
Ball went out of bounds. Will be a throw-in for the Mountaineers. Against Panthers are kind of pressing up and keeping the pressure on, trying to maintain their possession. Early on, a little feeling out action in the first part of the game. First 6.5 minutes, kind of feeling out, seeing what each team's going to do. If this continues, I like the way it's going to go for the Panthers, because they are dominating possession time right now.
So play back to our keeper, Isaac Jennings. That's something you like to see, and it's definitely something from the senior class. That was Peavy passing back to our senior keeper, Isaac Jennings. Very skilled players, played together for a long time, and that type of play is what you always want to see out of a team.
And speaking of Isaac, he comes in tonight having given up 10 goals with 40 saves in the first 7 games. He hasn't played all the games. He has given some time up to Luke Van Hook, but for the most time he has been in there, and I know he was in there the whole game on Monday against East Henderson in the first conference game.
Absolutely. I spoke to Isaac before the game today, and he wasn't happy with his previous performances, and he knows what he's capable of, and he's not going to accept anything less than his best. So we'll look to see good hands out of him and making very secure stops.
Well, Isaac has been a 4-year starter in that goal, if I remember correct.
Yes, he has.
And believe he made all-conference last year, and maybe even all-region.
Yep.
So he's a quality goalkeeper, and to put one in the net on him, you got to be pretty darn good. And like I said, they played some tough competition early, so Isaac does not need to be down on himself at all. He's a quality keeper, and he will keep the Panthers in almost every single game this year.
Oh, absolutely. All great goalkeepers are hard on themselves. They don't want anything to go into the net.
I'm going to have to give a shout-out to one of the coaches, actually the head coach of the middle school, who also helps out with the varsity summer, the high school program, Sam Vargas. Definitely a keeper who did not like the ball going in that net, even in a practice. So shout out to Sam for the job he's doing in the middle school as they won their first couple conference games. And a shout out for what he does to help the whole Panther program from middle school on through the varsity.
Yep. And he loves working, and that's part of his family because his dad also works with our keeper, and he's worked with our keeper as well in the girls program, and they are excellent. They know what they know exactly how to coach them, and they get great results out of those players.
Coach, it doesn't look like Waynesville's getting too much pressure on the ball when it's back on our defensive end, and that's
they're definitely packing the defense, Coach,
and that's definitely helping us to corral the ball and to maintain possession. And it almost looks like Tuscola's playing a little bit of, we like to call it kickball, trying to send it up and run there. But with our defense and how quick they are and how talented they are, I don't know if that's the best thing that they could be doing. Here's a ball up to Ulysses. Plays it in the corner.
Yep.
And Tuscola has to scramble, kick the ball out of bounds. Isaiah Roots will throw this ball in for the Panthers. He throws it back to Caleb Pevia. They're playing a little two-man game. Caleb's looking to switch it, goes into the box. Keeper has to
swat it out.
Swat it out.
Another shot. This is where it gets dangerous. Those little balls can rattle around real quick and find the back of that net.
And, Coach, just like we're talking about, I think that first shot is a ball
shot by Brian Rodriguez
that the keeper usually would catch. But instead of trying to catch that wet ball, he just decided to knock it out with two hands. And unfortunately for the Panthers, he was successful.
Yes. Well, and even though he's unsuccessful at catching and we're unsuccessful in that moment, when they swat it out, you always hope you got a black shirt there waiting to pick up the trash.
Panthers possessing well. I know that's going to make the coaching staff happy.
Yep. So they called a foul here.
Wow.
What?
That was
Ooh. I thought Brian was just playing the ball. I didn't see anything with the hands or the arms there, but maybe our clouded windows isn't helping us.
the angle could have appeared differently down there.
There we go. So a free kick for Tuscola.
But yeah, Brian's been very involved in offense here. He's playing in one of those center defensive roles, and he's been stepping up pretty high, being part of the passing play, being very good at pivoting the ball left and right and playing it forward. He's also had a couple shots already, so it's good to see number 7 stepping up there and really helping us maintain that possession and pressure.
And it looks like the Panthers are looking for Solomon Espinal in the middle, trying to play through him, and he's distributing well, and they are switching the ball well. Caleb with a little mistouch there, but was able to corral it. So the Panthers possessing really, really well.
Yep.
Back to Isaiah Roots on the outside.
This is great passing right here.
To
Just moving that ball quick. One thing I am noticing the Panthers are doing very well is when there is a moment where we do have a bad touch, we are quick to get back on the ball and recover. Tuscola is – there we go.
Nice play by the keeper there.
Tuscola's given a lot of room and patience. They're not aggressing the ball very quickly, so it's going to give us an edge on winning those 50-50s.
And it looks like Tuscola's trying to pack the midfield a little bit because they only look to be playing one man up top, but we're still winning all those balls at the midfield. So, again, bodes well for the future of this game for the Panthers.
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, Tuscola just looks to be timid to go up and fight for that ball.
And want to congratulate the JV Panthers. They played before this game aired, and in the rain they were able to defeat Tuscola 7-1. So shout out to Coach Adam Talon and the JV Panthers on a job well done. Ball comes in.
Ball served in.
And with Tuscola only really playing one striker, Coach, they're not going to be able to put a lot of pressure on our defense, which bodes well because our defenders are very, very good. They're very talented. Their work ethics is very, very high.
Yep. And I do see our senior defenders stepping up a lot higher in front of the underclassmen, which is unique to see. Normally, you see a lot of them upperclassmen hang back and just secure the back, but tonight it looks like we're pushing those seniors up high, Brian and Caleb Pevia. So looking pretty good.
So far it's working. Oh, Luis slips a little bit there. Coach, I don't know what your thoughts are, but I think when your team has the ball and you're on offense and you're on a wet field, it's a lot easier to act than it is to react.
Absolutely.
But the Panthers,
Tuscola's having to play the Panthers' pace. We're not having to play and catch up with Tuscola.
Nice.
Is it through ball? It's a good cross.
Oh, we need someone on the backside. Here comes Isaiah Roots, just a little bit late. Well played by the Panthers again. That's got to make Coach Kolazic and the coaching staff very happy with the way that they are playing so far.
Absolutely. We're keeping the pressure on them. We're making Tuscola sweat a little bit. That's what you want to see.
But what would make them really happy is if we get a goal in first.
You know, that you can play possession, have the ball full 80 minutes, but if you don't get one in the net, hard to win the game.
Absolutely. I kind of rolled that ball there instead of letting it stop, and I noticed that the AR on the other side was tying his shoe, so no one was able to see that. Luckily, Tuscola was not able to do anything with that as the Panthers have the ball, and they're coming down the middle with it. It's number 17, Jacob Martinez.
Yep.
There's a shot by
Luis Torres did a nice little layoff there with him, too.
Nice shot there by Ulysses. Again, putting pressure on that keeper. But so far, keeper Luke Wilson has been up to the task, probably with about a handful of saves so far tonight.
I would say that we haven't had a real solid attack on the goal. I mean, we've been down here, we've taken some shots. I don't think we've seen the Panthers take a real solid strike on that goal yet. But when they do, I'm pretty sure it's going to find some net.
I agree, and if it does it and it bounces off hands, hopefully we have that goal corralled and we'll be able to get a rebound in. Good work ethic by Jacob up top. Jacob Martinez, a sophomore coming off a very good freshman year last year. Kind of came on in the middle of the year and forced his way into the starting lineup and was able to put a lot of goals in that net.
You know, when you get an opportunity, Coach, you have to take it.
Absolutely.
Oh, there's a little trip there. Yep.
Oh, and a nice. We'll take that call.
Yep. That's Luis Torres that pulled that foul. They tripped him up. He couldn't move on it. You've got to call that foul all day.
Just outside of the box. And here's Tuscola going to, of course, come up to make them move him back, so you have to wait for the whistle. Well-coached team, and that's Coach Suggs over there for Tuscola. I believe he's in his third term as coach of Tuscola. Quality man and even a better coach. So
now it looks like Ulysses might be taking this kick here, and I would not be surprised to see him try to drop it in on that back corner.
Oh, just wide. Just wide. Good call, Coach. Just wide to the right side.
That was a great thought.
I think Ulysses would love to have that one back.
I'm pretty sure he would. Once again, that field and ball being a little wet, we don't know if his planted foot shifted a little bit or if he just didn't get enough grip to get a good spin on it to get the ball to curve with it. But it was a great thought, great attack. That definitely makes the keeper sweat a little bit more.
Tuscola finally making a run here on the right side. Get the ball out to number 7, Bryce Worley. One of their few seniors. Played over to number 14, Ben Mahaffey, a junior. But the Panthers defense up to the task as Aaron Jennings able to bring that ball up the right side. I think Coach Kolazic would have liked to have a little bit better touch there. Be able to make something out of that. Tuscola with a pretty quick throw in, trying to work the left side. He gets around Aaron.
Now, one thing with the way Tuscola's playing here is when they do get that forward up high in the field, they're going to have a pretty densely packed midfield defense. So if they get up high, we're going to have to break through that to push them back again. So that's one of the advantages to how Tuscola's playing is, you know, they compact it, and if they can get up the field, it's hard to break through that pretty thick line. We need to keep the ball on this side of the field and keep the pressure up.
Ooh, Luis has the ball. We got Isaiah Roots making a run on the left side, unable to see him and get the ball to him. And on that note, Coach, I noticed when Tuscola did there, they moved a ton of players up. So if our defense, which has been superb so far, actually throughout the whole year, the most goals they've given up in any game has been 3. If they continue to do that, we are going to be able to counter on them and get maybe some 1v1s.
Yep. I don't think Franklin's going to be thinking about they need to change their game plan at all. I definitely think Tuscola is going to be thinking, do we need to do something different to at least have a chance to get some shots on the goal?
Coach, it might just be me, but it looks like Tuscola's playing a 5-4-1 here.
You know, that's the way it would appear.
It sure looks like they have 5 defenders, 4 in the midfield, and they're 1 striker.
They are definitely packed in there. It's definitely not working to their advantage at this moment.
No, because we know soccer games are 80 minutes long here in high school, and you cannot play defense for 80 minutes.
You most certainly cannot.
Even with the best defenders, you can't play 80 minutes of defense. And really, Coach, it might be a 4-5-1.
Oh, here's the opportunity. Keeper's out of position.
Oh,
They're trying to play to the top of the box there to number 10, Solomon Espinal.
Coach, I probably was mistaken. It looks like it's a 4-5-1 with one of their midfielders being a defensive-minded midfielder.
Yep.
So, but back in that when we were bringing the ball down there, it looked like they had 5 guys back, and they might have.
Yeah, and it's hard to figure out sometimes what teams are doing. You got so many different formations and ideas and mindsets. I remember when I broke out with three defenders with the girls program. Every girl in the locker room was like, "We're only going to play with how many defenders?" But they were used to playing with 4 defenders and 2 defensively minded midfielders. So I mean, it was a completely different play style, and that year they did very well.
There's a good switch by Ulysses to get it over to Aaron, who has some space.
And here's a good ball in.
A little chip into Luis. Keeper makes a nice play.
Yeah. That was a smart play there by Luis. He stuttered up. He caught himself almost being offsides and managed to stay on. It was a well-read play there by Luis.
Luke Wilson, their keeper, getting up gingerly a little bit.
Well, Luis made sure that ball was coming loose. He was going to be there to get it. So
something I like what the Panthers are doing, and my old players will remember I always said a good time to switch. They are switching that ball, playing each side, trying to get the defense to overcommit and then switch it quickly and have some good numbers.
Shot.
So the Panthers still putting pressure on. We're 20 minutes into this first half and definitely have outpossessed them and outshot them, outshot Tuscola. So far, so good for the Panthers. We just need to get one in. Because if we have dominated all this play and Tuscola comes down and get a fluke goal and we go down 1-0, that could really, really hurt our guys. So
absolutely.
We really need them to be able to put one in here, and I think it's going to come up right here off the foot of Jacob.
He's staying with it. They're definitely working hard, and they.
Oof. That was a shot by Solomon Espinal.
They definitely want to get a goal. They've worked hard for it. If Tuscola gets a lucky goal here, that's hard to shake off all that work ethic. But I don't think that'll be an issue. I think these guys just keep working hard and keep doing what they're doing, and they'll come out on top. Good play with Caleb and Isaiah Roots here.
Playing the ball really well, possessing the ball really well. You can tell they've worked on that a lot at practice. So shout out to the coaching staff for the work that they have put in and the drills that they have given these guys to do and to keep them focused after a rough non-conference schedule at the beginning of the year. But they are playing really, really good soccer. Coach Kolazic has said, a lot of the time is just finishing. So I know they have put some time in on being able to finish, just taking regular shots and being able to finish, and hopefully it will come back to help them tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Finishing is sometimes that's the one thing you have to be able to do. It gets overlooked sometimes, but definitely you can tell these guys have been working on it. They're willing to take shots. Right here's
left foot by Isaiah Roots. Yep. Had a chance there. What did Yogi Berra say about hitting? It is 60% mental and 50% physical.
I'm not for sure on that one.
I think that's the kind of with finishing too. Most of it is mental. They all have the skills. They all have the skills to be able to put the ball in the net. A lot of it's just mental. Here I go again. I don't want to miss another shot.
That's it. It's mental. It's a mental, 100% mental. You can have mediocre skill, but if you have the mind of a lion and ice in your blood, you're going to go in there and take a shot, and a lot of times you'll come out with it. You don't have to hit it well. You just have to hit it right.
That's number 14, Ben Mahaffey, playing that ball. 1v3. Tries to get it over to number 7, Bryce Worley. Panthers able to slow him down. Nice ball to the left side. Again, Panthers up to the task there. Defense again playing really well. For the most of the game, the defense has been offensive-minded because they've pushed up and supported their midfielders.
The defense and those back midfielders have done a superb job maintaining possession and giving those forwards opportunities to get in positions to make runs and shots.
Ball cleared by number 4, Aaron Jennings. Nice play. It'll be a Tuscola throw-in. They play quickly.
Now we see right here, Tuscola's got pushed up. They got 2 defenders on the back, and then the other 2 pressed up pretty high. This is where I was talking about getting that line of white shirts.
And here they are bringing everybody up. So if the Panthers are able to clear this corner, they should be able to counter.
Yeah, we got 2. It's a one-on-one in the back line, and I'm gonna put the speed on our guys. Well, they got one hiding behind the light pole here. So they got 3 guys in a vertical line. And
so here's the first set piece for Tuscola. Trying to chip it in the middle. Goes all the way through. Panthers able to clear it. Almost. Still putting the pressure on Tuscola.
Yep.
It's number 11, Caleb Pevia, playing well.
Yep.
Try to play out to Isaiah Roots. I think the field didn't help him in that case with how slick it is out there. Especially our favorite corner down there, Coach Long.
There's always a little extra surprise in that corner.
Even if we haven't had rain for a week, that corner's wet. So.
It is low and all the water drains to it. You turn the sprinklers on, there's water puddling up in that corner.
Absolutely. So if we have to give up a corner, that's the corner we want them to have to take it from.
Absolutely.
Panthers able to stop the Mountaineers' momentum right there. We'll have a goal kick by Isaac Jennings. We're 25 minutes into the first half, 15 minutes left in this first half. I know it'd do the Panthers a world of good if they were able to get one in the net before halftime.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think if they're able to get one, you're going to see a second one rather quickly. So hopefully you can get that first one soon.
Yeah, if we can break that fighting spirit in Tuscola here, we're going to see goals raining as much as we saw raindrops. So it's just breaking that spirit, building confidence in our players. It's a win. It's a double-edged sword. Our players will get confidence, and Tuscola might lose a little bit of that fighting spirit.
Jacob Martinez with a nice play
fight
over there.
Yep. Good
hustle for the ball. Played well. Oh, unlucky right there. Jacob looks at the AR as, hey, I think I got fouled there.
He wasn't giving him anything.
No call. Tuscola with a throw-in. Panthers able to corral it. Nice little 2-man right there.
Good control there.
Good shot on goal. Oh, just wide. Is that Ulysses again, Coach?
I think it.
Yeah.
I think it was. And that's part of that. That's why that mental game we were just talking about. When he's missed wide before and he keeps missing about the same width on either side, he's got to get dialed in just a little bit more.
And like I said before, 2 years ago as an 8th grader, he put in 21 goals, so he knows how to put it in the net.
Yep.
But a lot different when you're going from middle school and the first time you're playing in high school soccer is at the varsity level.
And he's a sophomore on varsity right now.
Yeah, so he knows he can't take that shot and put it right in the middle of the goal because it's probably going to be saved here at the varsity level. So trying an exceptional shot and hit one of those
on that post.
Hit one of the posts and see if he can get that in. But I think he'll be able to dial it in here soon.
Oh, yeah.
Panthers just putting constant pressure on their side of the field, and the Mountaineers not able to get the ball out.
Now, I think one thing that our strikes could do is the Mountaineers are not putting up very intensive pressure. They could take a half second to look up, see where they want to place it, and then send it. But that's just nerves, it's pressuring, trying to get that goal, fighting hard for the goal, and trying to be quick on the trigger.
Coach, I just got a text, and one of our former coaches was on our staff, Zach Barbas. He's tuning in tonight to FPSN. A shout-out to them for bringing this game to all the people who can't come out to Macon Middle School. And Zach Barbas says, Coach Barbas says, with a wet ground, those balls never need to be in the air. Put them on the ground.
That's it.
Shots on goal on the ground will be goals. So thank you, Coach Barbas. We will relay that information to Coach Kalazic, who will give signs up here.
That's it.
And we'll see if the Panthers can start taking some shots on the ground.
You just got to pass it in. That was the biggest advice I gave to Lydia Barton her senior year. Lydia, you don't have to kick it in the air. You can pass it in the net. She's like, I can do a pass. Yes, you can. And next thing you know, she's scoring goals in the next game.
You're allowed to pass it into the net.
You're allowed to pass it into the net.
There's no rules against that, as long as it's not your own net.
That is very important. These boys know that.
Yes. Playing the ball back to Isaac Jennings. Gets the ball out to Ulysses. Played out to the wing to Aaron Jennings. Little two-man game, a little overzealous there.
Now, one thing I'm starting to see is the Panthers are losing a little bit of pace. They've been pressing really hard, and they're losing a little bit of that step.
And it looks like both teams are kind of spreading out more. You got more. There's a shot on goal. Oh, and great save by Isaac Jennings. Yep. Wow.
He had to pop that down, and then he had to get on top of it.
Considering he hasn't had a shot on goal all night, to be able to face that first shot and save it, oh my goodness.
That was a great shot. That wasn't straight at him. That was definitely to his right. He had to do some major movement to get there. Keeper pressured there, had to clear it out.
And that's Luis putting in some work up top. I know that's going to make Coach Kolazic happy. His work rate needs to be high for the Panthers to be successful. Something I like is our back players, our defenders are playing the ball well into the midfield, or even up to our strikers, and they're making some very nice passes.
Absolutely.
We just got to be able to corral them and put them in the goal.
Once again, we like I said, we got them the senior leadership up there. It's a long shot.
Oof.
It was in line. If the goal was about 5 feet higher, that would have been great.
And that was Pablo Montalongo with that shot, a senior playing defense. Tried to take a real long shot there. Again, that ball's on the ground. Who knows what could happen? That could skip all over the place. So, again, Coach Barbas, thank you. And we're 30 minutes into this first half. Coach, something we thought looking at the records that this would be an evenly matched, an even match, and so far it has played out that way. Again, Panthers have controlled the possession. Probably I'm going to say about 80-20. And
now, with that being said, I don't think Tuscola's mindset coming in this game was possession-based. I think they were really planning to play defense and then work on that quick counter. And then once they get to our side of the field, dump numbers forward and try to catch us with our backs turned on them.
True, and that's what they have shown so far. You see when they do get possession of there, everybody goes. And again, good if we can counter on them, bad if they have the right numbers and a rebound just happens to find a Tuscola foot.
And the danger with that is they're going to be a little bit more conditioned. I think they've used less energy right now. We've been passing, moving, working a lot harder. Granted, Tuscola's defense has worked very, very hard this entire half. So.
And it looks like Tuscola's getting ready to sub a couple players in, maybe on that defensive end, because they've been defensive-minded all game. Again, Panthers trying to play it in. Well defended by the Mountaineers.
It's a very bad touch there.
Or a lack thereof. Had a whistle.
I thought they called a foul on something. Not for sure what it was.
Maybe a handball right there. I think ball to hand instead of hand to ball, but whistle blown.
Yellow has the final word tonight.
And anybody out there watching this game who would think about wanting to be an official, reach out to your local organization, because there is a official shortage.
In all sports.
In every sport, yes, not just soccer. In all sports, watching the end of the JV game, I noticed they were only having 2 officials. And, those players deserve to have 3 like everybody else, like they'll get when they move up to the varsity. So anybody who has aspirations to be officials, now would be the time.
Or even if you're just interested. Do it for the children.
Yes.
Well, in this case, young adults.
Ooh, another whistle right there.
It's in our favor. I think you'll see the Panthers try to play a little bit more possession here. Has somebody open in a pocket.
I think Coach Kolazic will just keep stressing that they
pressure the keeper.
Pressure the keeper and be patient, because they're getting good looks. And
this is a great shot right here.
Oh.
Now that was going to be tucked right on the inside of that corner.
Wow, I thought the keeper got a hand on it. I guess that was all post, on the outside of the post. So, another good shot by Isaiah Roots. Good pressure for the Panthers. They do need to still be patient, though. They don't need to press anything.
That was replay worthy right there.
And here it is.
Here it is, right here.
Good thing I'm not officiating because right now the Panthers would be having a quarter because I would have.
I think it was a post. It was a post, but man, that hand was right.
If I was a betting man, I would have said that keeper got hold of that one.
He had a better eye than we did. I think he had instant replay.
Number 7, Brian Rodriguez, lost a step there, slipped on the field. For a second stayed down, but he's back up and running full speed, so that's good for the Panthers.
Yep. And Brian's one of those tough, strong players.
Play through Pablo. Over to Aaron. Play back to Brian. Going to get Isaac involved. Look for him to switch it.
It's a good play there. Great touch by Caleb. He got it in a good spot.
And Luis.
Couldn't pull it in. He had 2 defenders on it.
I'm going to make a reference to another Zach Barbas text.
I saw you reading that watch.
Yeah, he made me laugh, but I'm not going to mention anything else. Well done, Coach Barbas. Well done. That's all I'm going to say. I think
they're going to give the foul to.
I think that was more a foul on the field than on Aaron. But it was called, and just like you were saying, Coach, you can see all the white jerseys going up, trying to take advantage of.
We're counting off our 10 here for them.
Yeah, trying to take advantage of this possible set piece. I don't know if you really put set piece in from that far out, but you never know.
No, and they definitely don't look like they're setting up for a set piece. But
No.
he might be ambitious and go for a shot and hope for a miracle goal.
Plays it in towards the middle. Able to get it out. And this is a good time to counter right here.
Yep.
Good time to try to switch it. Well played, and Coach, we haven't mentioned anything about the Tuscola defense. Again, a lot of pressure on them all first half, and they have what they say, bend but not break, and they've been up to the task and played well.
Absolutely, and their keeper's done an excellent job. And they've just given enough pressure to not let Franklin get a very solid direct shot on the goal.
Isaac trying to play the ball out to Isaiah, able to get through. Oh, unlucky. Good hustle by number 18, Jaden Pevia.
Yep.
Just came into the game a little while ago.
Some fresh legs here for the last 4 minutes. He's a very skilled player as well.
And, Coach, I know you stress this when you're coaching the girls. Last 5 minutes of the half and the first 5 minutes of the next half, very, very important.
They will make or break.
Exactly. If you get a goal in the last 5 minutes, you go into halftime happy. You give up a goal and right before half, then you're going into halftime very frustrated.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you're going in there, you're trying to figure out how to get your players to stay in the mindset to fight for the win. And luckily with our ladies, the fight wasn't any of the issue. They would not quit the whole time. So that's what we want.
And, Coach, I know as the school year's going on, that your season will be approaching. You guys do play in the spring. So you start middle of February?
Well, we're actually almost starting this Friday. We're taking our annual trip finally. We've had a 2-year sabbatical with COVID, but we're going down to Clemson to team bond and basically have all the girls just commit to the improvement of the program, and then we'll start getting some touches on the ball when we can.
Awesome.
We have to work on finishing. We had a season where we did not finish well, and you know me quite well. Scoring goals is kind of an important thing in my program.
Makes you happy.
I'm very offensively driven. I would rather score 10 goals and give up 8 than to score only 1. But sometimes you got to work to earn them goals, and we'll be starting very soon, getting some touches in, as long as it's not a dead season.
So those ladies who are listening tonight and watching on FPSN, if you're interested, if you're going to the high school and you're interested in playing, you have not talked to Coach Long about it yet, go see him. He's down in the main hallway.
Yep, down in the basement.
In the basement, as they call it. Go see him and get a schedule and get all your necessary paperwork in and go play some soccer for the Panthers.
Oh, absolutely. We got a JV program. And
a nice little chip in.
Oh, we had some touch on that too. Oh, this is looking
good.
On
the back
right
of the
goal.
back. Yeah, that chip into Solomon. Solomon beat the keeper to the goal. Keeper thought he was going to have an easy save, and Solomon was able to have a touch. If he could have just misdirected that right into the goal, that would have been awesome. We're in the last 2 minutes of the first half. Our score's still 0-0. Thank you for all who are watching and listening to our broadcast on FPSN. Hopefully you're dry, unlike the 100 or so fans who are out here. But hopefully you're enjoying what you're watching, enjoying what you're hearing. If not, just turn the sound down and watch.
Absolutely. You know, the Panthers have fought so hard. I really want them to get a goal here so bad. Because, you know, working this hard, having this much possession, taking those many shots.
Ooh, Isaac comes out.
Yep.
I'm glad that the player on the left side for Tuscola didn't see that. Might have tried to chip over him. And a shot off goal. Panthers will get a goal kick. See if they can do something in the last minute. Now, coach, I've noticed in their previous games, even if the Panthers have been down at half, they're able to make an adjustment in the second half and be able to either come back and tie or able to take the lead. So I want to count the Panthers out in the second half. Team. That just is good coaching, good quality coaching.
That was an interesting, almost like a dive on the ball there.
Yeah, I don't know if he was going for the ball or not. I think he lost his footing and just happened to have a player and a ball there.
Yep.
Panthers trying to play quickly here in the last 35 seconds of the first half, trying to put some more pressure on Tuscola.
So we need to get a shot right here in the next 30 seconds. Love to see these guys really pressure on right here, all the way up in the corner. And
you can hear Tuscola yelling, "Clear it!" They didn't want anything of the ball here.
No,
last 20 seconds.
There's going to be a shot here real soon.
Ooh, we needed a shot right there. A little better touch would have helped.
We're fighting to get it back. We got Brian on the ball. Tuscola's doing everything they can to get that ball carried out of the backfield.
Last 10 seconds of the first half, when you get the ball off our foot, take a shot here.
Right here it is. We had a shoot right there. Yeah.
And that will be our half. So after the first 40 minutes, we're exactly where we started, at a 0-0 ball game. Again, thank you for watching and listening to the FPSN, the Franklin Panther Sports Network. And this is halftime. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Exciting game. Call your friends. Tell them to tune in.
Located at 461 Highlands Road in Franklin, Carolina Junction Power Equipment is your local stop for lawnmowers, blowers, chainsaws, weed eaters, and all parts and accessories. Carolina Junction Power Equipment is also your local power sports dealer. They sell Can-Am side-by-sides and ATVs, plus have a full service shop for all of your power equipment and power sport needs. Give them a call at 828-369-9655 or come by today to see the largest selection of inventory around.
Sport Zone is your everyday low-price sporting goods supplier. We have the sports gear every athlete needs to be successful, from cleats, equipment, and protective gear to complete uniform sets. We even offer screen printing, laser engraving, and embroidery, as well as sublimated printing right here in Franklin. Don't race out of town to find the performance gear you need. We've lowered our prices throughout the store to give you the opportunity to shop local and score big. Come see us at Sport Zone.
We're coming for everyone this year.
Hi, everybody, and welcome in to another night of Franklin Panthers football.
Yes,
complete.
It's good to just go out there and win.
and welcome back, Panther fans. We got about a minute and a half left of halftime. Coaches are finishing up their halftime speeches to both teams. And Coach Long, I'm going to put you in the huddle. What if you're Coach Kolazic right now, what are you telling the boys?
If I'm Coach Kolazic and I'm the boys, I am going to be very excited. I've got to exude confidence in their skills and abilities. I tell them not to change anything. I make sure to tell them that you are going to be tired, you are going to hurt, but you have to play through that, and you have to come out victorious. You do not play the way you played in the first half to leave with a 0 on that board. And once they score one is never enough. I think I used to use that whenever I was coaching with you. One is never enough. So.
And, Coach, I'm kind of rubbing my eyes. I can't believe it. I see one of the ARs with a poncho on. I don't think I've ever seen that before in soccer. And I have coached many games and been at many games where it has been raining and have never seen an assistant referee with a poncho on.
That is a first.
Yes.
Sometimes you want to stay dry.
So, Coach, now I'm going to put you in the other huddle. If you're Coach Suggs on Tuscola, what are you telling his boys?
It's going to be that's a hard one to ask because I think his play style is completely different from mine. But I really think what he's doing right now is trying to pack defense and work the quick counter. I think if I'm in his side, you're stressing that quick counter, and they have to counter more often and get the ball on Franklin's side a little bit more often in order for their game plan to work. If they're in fact doing what I think they're doing, packing defense and working quick counters and trying to catch us with our backs turned, they have to have those opportunities to develop. They have to get the ball upfield quickly. They have to move upfield quickly and get those numbers up before Franklin has a chance to recover. And, that could work for them in this situation. 0-0, they are taking a beating. They are being pounded on. But they definitely – their game plan could work. As you said, they're bending but not breaking. So I think he has to really pressure them to attack a little bit more often.
And, Coach Long, I thought you were going to say if you were in the Tuscola huddle, you're going to tell their players, let Franklin score.
Well, like I said, my game plan would not be his game plan. I did lead with that. But, yeah, just open up a window, let them have a shot right there at the penalty shot marker. Just let them have a free one.
Coach, I think you could tell a lot what's going to happen in the second half in the first 5 minutes. Tuscola's taking that kickoff. They play it back. They're going up towards number 14. Yep. And, again, number 14 is
good
Ben
fight
McAfee.
There, Brian Rodriguez.
Panthers able to come up with the ball, play outside to
it's number 6.
Number 6. I
He's
thought it was number 5. That's Noel Rivera Vila.
Yeah, Noel. Now, fun fact about Noel is when he was much younger, and I was coaching in middle school, he would come to the games to watch his older brothers play, and they called him Little Messi.
Little Messi.
Little Messi. So
ooh, that's
a tall order.
That's a very tall order put on a young kid.
He was an impressive young kid. So maybe he's going to pull some magic right here for us.
Maybe. Some messy magic. Tuscola putting their numbers up. Coach, I think that's the first time we're talking about this at halftime. That's the first time they put numbers up with the ball in play. Usually with a throw-in or a free kick, that's when they're putting numbers up. They actually supported them. Maybe they kind of lay back a little bit in that first half.
Well, they're
put some pressure on.
They're packing back again. So I really think that I might have called and said exactly what Tuscola's coach said. You got to counter more frequently.
And Coach Long, I could see that if Tuscola's coming into this game and the Panthers, are averaging 6-7 goals a game, but they're not. So.
No.
Maybe that's just the style that Coach Suggs thinks that's going to work in the conference this year. But, again, you're asking a lot for your defense to have to go back and play defense for basically 80 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a big advocate of play, of form that works for your players. And I think Franklin's pretty well dialed in on what works for their players. And it appears that, they got their style right now.
Aaron Jennings playing the ball down the right side.
It's a good play.
Looking for number 10, Solomon Espinal.
You can get Noel out wide right there. That'd be very good.
And that's Christian Chavez, one of the Chavez brothers. Yes. A lot of Chavezes have come through Franklin High School playing soccer.
And all have been very impactful players.
Yes, the last one being Chris, who set a school record for goals scored. That was last year.
Before that, we had Angel and Jesus.
Angel and Jesus, yes. They were at the alumni game that was played On August 13th. That was my
Yes.
birthday.
That was the last time we spoke with each other
Yes.
on air.
Tuscola trying to maintain
Yep.
possession down here. Only 3 guys coming
That's
down to
numbers up.
support the ball.
There's still even a lot of defenders in that back line. I definitely think they are anticipating that speed against them, so they're leaving all 4 on the back.
And, Coach, I think when Coach Kolazic looks at this film, no matter what the outcome, he's going to be very happy with their possession, but someone who just has a very high work rate, and it's contagious, is number 7, Brian Rodriguez, playing both sides of the ball. We talked about offense and defense, but we always stress that 10 guys play offense, 11 guys play
It's a
defense
full
with your
team.
keeper. You got to play everything,
Yep.
and it starts with your striker putting pressure on and everything. But Brian is up and down that up and down that field all night long, playing both sides of the ball, and just high work ethic and work rate. And, hopefully he'll be rewarded with a goal here to get the Panthers on the board.
Oh, absolutely.
Aaron Jennings playing the ball in towards the middle.
And, Brian's going to be one of those 80-minute players out there. He's very in shape. Had him in
Oh,
class
good
last
left
year.
foot
There we go.
by Christian Chavez.
We needed, I believe that would have been Roots crashing that back post. If he's in there, that's a goal on a silver platter.
I think Coach Barbas is smiling there. The ball was more on the ground than in the air. So, Coach Barbas, we did go and put a bug in Coach Kolazic's ear at halftime.
That's it. Take a shot, skip it on the ground. We'll call it the Barbas special.
Yes. Oh, and Tuscola putting a couple passes together. That's their number 10, Martin Tux.
There's Tuscola with a shot.
Looked
They
like
are
a shot,
getting
shot by number 7, Bryce Worley.
Yep.
One of their few seniors they have on the team. That's the first time they put a few passes together, Coach.
I was about to say they are doing a little bit more aggressive on the counter, and that I think we're going to expect to see a little bit more of that through the game. Franklin needs to score a goal and send that back to the defense, keep them on their back heels.
And if Franklin's able to score a goal, I think that's going to have to bring Tuscola out of what they're used to doing, packing it in. Because if you go down by a goal, you cannot
have
stay
to go
back.
up.
You have to start trying to play offense. And then again, the Panthers should be able to counter on that and hopefully score multiple goals. But we got to get that first one.
And if that does happen and they do change their game style, we very easily counteract that by having those 2 defenders stepping up real high, just hold back a little bit deeper with the line. And we'll become much more defensively sound. But right now, we don't need that. We're defensively strong as we are, and having that extra man up to delegate that ball is critical. They're playing great. They're playing great. It's a little missed pass right there.
Again, we'd like to thank FPSN for broadcasting this. For all of you who are at home watching this, again, courtesy of Franklin Panther Sports Network and all of tonight's sponsors for the game. They've been rolling on your screen all night long, so give a shout out to them. And if you can help them out in any ways, please do, because they do a lot for Franklin Panthers, not just soccer, but all the sports.
Absolutely. And, right there was they had to go a little zoom in. Or here he is, Brian Rodriguez. We've been talking about him all night tonight. He is just being patient, picking out the passes. If you got to look for a player that's made the biggest impact on your team tonight, goes to number 7 out there. Happens to be one of my favorite numbers.
And those of you who are watching tonight, remember Friday night, FPSN will be broadcasting the Franklin Panthers varsity football game as they take on East Henderson. Broadcast will start at 7:30. And that game, of course, will be at the Pit. Panthers return home after playing at Swain last week. Where
Tuscola player got caught up with the ref there.
Good thing that's not the ref who had a poncho on.
So here's Brian again. He's just looking at – you can see him looking at the field.
Brian takes a shot, tries to skip it in.
Yep.
Keeper up to the task.
Nothing wrong with it. It'd been nice to see that go a little bit more to the right, give opportunity for that forward. They had a nice gap between that defense.
I think he actually had some space he could have taken because he took a while to get that shot off. I think he
Yep.
had some space. Aaron Jennings challenging the ball from behind. No whistle called. Nice play to Aaron. That ball was played to number 5, Pablo Montalongo.
Panthers are moving the ball so well tonight. It is good to see them playing this style of soccer. They are doing it absolutely great. Here's a great cross. Oh.
Unlucky right there.
Yep. That was a hard one to even get a touch on. He had that toe really.
And here's
really flexed
Tuscola
up.
trying to counter. They try to play in the middle.
Yep.
That was well done by the Panther defense.
Yep. Here's a quick play out to the wing to Noel Rivera.
And Brian Rodriguez on the ball once again. They seem to be playing through him this half. Not a bad player to be playing through. I like the pace that they're playing.
Yep. They're not rushed. You know, they're picking out their passes, but they're not going slow. They got a good pace. They're not hurried at all in this.
Coaching a game like this now, the first 50 minutes that have been scoreless, you almost want to say the team that's able to slide one past the keeper first, maybe the only one that's needed tonight.
That's it. But, you know, with these boys, we said it before, if they get one, I think we're going to see another one come very quickly after.
Totally agree. Like how they're playing the ball back to the defense. They played through Aaron Jennings there.
Yep.
Looked for Isaiah Roots on the outside. Isaiah a little upset with himself. I don't know if upset with himself or upset with that ball or upset with the wet field or upset with everything.
Yeah,
but
they're working hard.
A little frustrated there. Would like to have that ball on his foot and see what he could have done with it on the side. But here, again, the Panthers are putting pressure on their side of the field, trying to keep it there. It looks like it's going to work. Christian playing a good ball. Christian again with the header. Play back to Brian.
Back in. And Brian, they're giving Brian a ton of space. If you're Tuscola, you got to pick up that Brian has really been the key right now, and they got to put pressure on him. He's got so much time to dribble, look, see.
And I'm going to switch that around. I think Brian needs to put a little bit more pressure on them. Go right at them and make them make a decision. And with the way that he's passing the ball tonight, he draws a couple people over. There's going to be one of his teammates open. He's going to be able to find them.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, right now he's playing that possession game well, but I do agree. If he steps up and goes with a more direct run into that goal, he might be the one to get the ball in.
Unlucky there for Isaiah Roots. Went to throw it in, and somebody moved, so he tried to stop, and the ball did slip out of his hands, so they called an illegal throw-in. And now Tuscola will have the ball on the side to throw in.
Yeah, that's Noel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yep. That's the little Messi.
My bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Messi.
Sorry, Noel. My apologies to you.
Isaiah might be looking for the apology. You
Well, Coach, 6 and 8 from up here look very similar. I should have looked at my screen here, which is a lot clearer than my eyes. That's for sure. In the window I'm looking out.
Oh, that's it. Well, hey, just wait till the girls' season comes around. I already mentioned, you know, they have hair, and it's hard to see them numbers sometimes.
Coach, I'm just going to make up names if I'm doing those games, and I can't see their numbers. Again, Panthers putting a lot of pressure on Tuscola's defense. And as they've done all game, they're bending but not breaking. We got
good pressure here. We're in the box. This is where we got to get a shot.
That's the flag goes up. That's going to be a foul in the box.
We did mention make way, give the Panthers a shot on that PK dot. And I think we were going to have a PK dot with a free shot.
And who was stepping up to take this PK?
You know, it's hard to say. Ulysses has looked good. Luis Torres has looked good. Looks like they're going to let number 10 take it.
Number 10, Solomon Espinal.
That's the way it looks.
And, Coach, on this, all the keeper can do is guess and go one way, and hopefully Solomon will have decided to go the other way.
I'm going to go with Coach Barbas' advice. On the ground and fast.
There it is.
Barbas special.
And there's the first goal for the Panthers, scored by number 10, Solomon Espinal. Panthers take a 1-0 lead with 29:02 left in the game. So they'll finally be able to break through the first 11 minutes of the second half. So 41 minutes into the game, and on a PK, Solomon did a little hesitation and able to beat the keeper.
Yep.
Well done, Solomon. Panthers 1, Tuscola 0.
See right here is Panthers. You got to go put another one in real quick.
So, Coach,
Tuscola's down a little bit.
We'll see if that brings Tuscola out of their defensive-minded or not. Panthers have to be relieved after dominating.
They're putting pressure on right here.
Oh, and that's a nice play.
Oh, that is a very.
And, Coach, I think we're lucky that our Poncho AR was not out there, because that might have been a handball on Isaac. It was very close to him being out of the box.
Yeah.
But he was not back there to call it, so well played, Isaac. Oh, another shot on goal. Panthers trying to double their lead.
And that was very intelligent there on Isaac to not only bounce it out, but to also very quickly get back on his feet and clear it with his feet.
Definitely a senior play there.
Yep.
I don't know if he'd been able to make that play 3 years ago as a freshman, but as a senior he was able to, and that's why he's one of the best in the conference.
No hesitation out of him on that one. He did what he had to do to stop the block, stop the first shot, and then he got up and got the recovery. He kept Tuscola out of the game.
And now they're playing the ball back through him. Oh, ball gets all the way through.
Yep.
To Luis. Luis turns and gets the
Here's
ball
a little
back.
mistouch. I was hoping to see something develop out of that one, Coach.
They're still putting pressure on. There's Brian again, playing the ball out to the
If you're
left.
sitting there and you need something warm in your belly, there's pizza right now for $1 a slice. So hurry on down to that concession stand and buy 4 or 5 slices.
Panthers switching the ball to the right side, trying to put some pressure on the keeper.
Crossover.
Oh, unlucky right there.
Oh.
Had a man down in the box.
Yep. There was definitely some contact there.
Here's a shot.
Ref's going to let him play.
You know, usually in a tie game, especially a scoreless tie game, you don't usually see a penalty called in the box. The referees don't want to be the one to.
It has to be a very clear one. They don't want to give the game one way or the other.
Without a doubt, that was a penalty in the box. So Panthers able to capitalize on that, still putting some pressure on.
Oh, right there's a nice little pull on the shoulder right there on Solomon. Grabbed hold of the jersey and gave a good yank.
Coach, I think the number 10 for Tuscola reminds me a lot of a former player that we both coached in Kevin Sanchez, who liked to do little tugs of shoulders and jerseys. And if you ask Kevin, he'll tell you he has never committed a foul, even though they've called it. And he had never been offside, even though they called it.
Yes. Always innocent, even when guilty.
Yes. Here's Luis crossing it over.
Oh, that's a great chip over.
And
it's off the post.
Header off the post. Unlucky right there.
Yep.
That was good right there. Good play right there. Good solid soccer right there. And the Tuscola trying to counter.
Isaac had plenty of time to pick it up
and the wet field, wet gloves, and
he decided to play it off the ground.
Smartly, he did not try to pick that up outside the box.
It's a quick play out into the.
Aaron Jennings trying to send it into the middle there.
Yep.
Good work by Solomon. Back to Brian.
I believe that's Caleb Peavy over there on the far left with the ball right now.
I think you're correct.
Yep. Yeah, the Panthers defense has done pretty well. Right here we got some pressure from Tuscola. It looks like, let's see, who was that? Is that Aaron Jennings? Yeah, Aaron Jennings was able to keep pressure on and keep Tuscola from having a free opportunity. So right here's where those counters and having those other two defenders up could hurt us. But Aaron and Pablo seem to be holding fine, but we got Pablo hurting. So he's doing the smart thing and sitting down.
I think Pablo got bumped on the knee. But,
yep.
Coach, something I'm noticing, you got a few of the Tuscola players bent over, huffing and puffing, and it does not look like the Panthers players are. But Franklin seems to be well-conditioned. Again, that's just a shout-out to the coaching staff for getting these guys ready to play the game. And, you know, our saying was always when you play the game, it should be easier than practice. So shout-out to Coach Kolazic and his staff getting these boys ready to play.
Oh, absolutely. They're doing well, and they don't have to run a lot right now. They are passing, so they're letting the ball do the running for them. Tuscola's having to chase it.
And, Coach, while we have a little stop and play there, what a big momentum that swing was on that PK. If we miss it, all the momentum goes on Tuscola's side. We made it, and it was kind of like, hey, we deserve this because of how hard we played the first 50 minutes of the half. So,
absolutely.
Really good to see that first goal in. Let's see if they make us liars and not score anymore, or if they make us future tellers and score a couple more.
I think Coach Klozik would agree. Yes, we're up 1, but your team needs to score a goal from the ground with all the work they're doing. They've had too many opportunities. They need to get one in to reward the work that they're actually doing on the field. Here we go.
And hopefully Pablo will be okay.
Never want to see a player come off the field.
Nope.
We do have a great trainer on hand, so we are very blessed to have great trainers here on the field.
Coach, that was a great hustle by Noel there. I got the right name this time.
Yep.
Came back from his midfield spot, played a little defense, able to get the ball off of Tuscola, award us a throw-in. Tuscola trying to chip it in. Not on Aaron Jennings, you don't.
That's it.
Little back heel kick,
misread.
well done.
Good, yeah.
Trying to get a call right there.
Caleb Peavy has been one of those defenders I've always loved watching. He's very smart. He shields. He blocks. He plays. Ooh. That's a lot of tangle up right there. So he's giving a goal kick.
Ooh, Isaac went out there and dove for the ball.
Yep.
A lot of arms went up, thinking maybe he fouled that Tuscola player, but usually you don't see a penalty called on your keeper.
Yep.
Especially one in the box like that.
Got a little.
And soccer fans, next few games for your Panthers. Monday, the 20th, they will be playing at Pisgah. That's a varsity-only game. Next Wednesday, the 22nd, they'll also be at North Henderson, JV and varsity. And our next telecast here through FPSN will be Monday, the 27th, as your Franklin Panthers host Smoky Mountain in the Battle of Cowee Mountain. That will be on FPSN. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock. Hopefully our weather will be better and we get more fans out here. And it doesn't matter what the records are. You can throw it all out of the book. When Franklin plays Smoky, it's going to be a highly contested game.
Oh, absolutely. It's a big fight. There'll be a big fan show, a turnout for both teams. We love to play Smoky.
And just hopefully our Franklin Panthers will not overlook those other two games with Pisgah and North before that. And if they're able to hold on to this and still be undefeated when in the conference when they're coming to play Smoky on Monday the 27th, again, that will be broadcasted on FPSN.
Looks like we got a foul in our favor upfield. Nope, it's throw-in. Because it came out of bounds, they kept playing it.
Yeah, they did. Something I like, Coach, even though we're up 1-0, still showing possession, still showing patience, not afraid to play the ball back to our defense and let them regroup and come back up together. Unlucky touch right there will be a throw-in for Tuscola.
Absolutely. It's been a lot of the same thing right here. We've seen the Panthers possessing, being a little bit patient. We're seeing Tuscola packing in deep on their defense and just waiting for those quick counters. So we got to throw in the field. I would like to see Tuscola's probably going to send players up and try to get some numbers high.
They need to, because what they're doing right now is not working. So if they want to stay back, us Panther fans will be happy to see that. But you got to think pretty soon, we only got half of the second half left. So you got 3/4 of your game done that they're going to have to try to change something because they are down 1-0. And Panthers really do not need to take the play to them. The Tuscola needs to take the play to us.
Yep. And, that's perfectly fine. If we can get down there and get another goal up, it's all the better for the Franklin Panthers.
Absolutely.
Being down by 1, you have a chance to come back. Being down by 2, it's a tall order.
Especially when you're playing against 11 Panthers and the clock.
Absolutely.
Well, and here's Noel making a run.
So we had
to Brian.
About 5 guys running in on that ball.
Oh, Brian chipped the ball up.
Here we go. We got a good little run here. Tuscola's putting a lot of guys on one. This is a good through ball. Great shot. The keeper's being very, very intelligent. Instead of trying to catch that ball, he just popped it out.
And we get to go to our favorite corner on the field. See how Noel handles this corner kick.
Right about now would be a good time for those lucky geese to fly over.
From the marsh.
I always made a joke with Coach Neitz. There was a flock of geese that would fly over. I'm like, every time they fly over, we score a goal. And he thought I was crazy for a while until it happened.
Yes.
He looked at me. He's like, okay.
Come on, geese.
Come on, geese.
Noel trying to get a call.
Yep.
Ball out on him will be a goal kick for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, his jersey got tugged on. He was wanting the call there for that one.
That was a really nice ball right there.
Is Pevia pushing him out wide? That's a very strong, smart defender right there.
Oh. Good work right by Caleb Pevia right there.
Great work.
Really good. I think he got fouled by number 2 there. No call.
Yep. And he just kept pushing through it. He kept pushing through it, stayed on his feet, and he's put that ball on the other side of the field for his team again.
Trying to play a ball up to number 13, Vladimir Mendoza.
We got a flag up over here on the sideline, but they haven't called anything yet. Oh, we picked the ball up. One of our players like, it's all the way back there, boys. Saw Caleb over there holding on to his side a little bit. He will not let Tuscola know that he's any the weaker. Great touch there.
Very nicely done. Over to Aaron. All right. Had Jacob Martinez looking all around to see where his next pass was going to be, and he forgot to make that first touch.
That's it. He looked, and then he looked back, and the ball was gone.
It looks like we had a flag up for offsides anyway.
Yeah. Gives a deep play. It's to a Panther.
And, Coach, something I've noticed is our first touch in the back has been unbelievable.
I would say there's been very few errors out of those back 4 or 5 guys that's defensively minded in our – well, I don't think you can call them defensively minded. They have been a big part of the offense.
Definitely.
And, it's easy to win games when you have 10 players playing offense.
Absolutely. You know, and it just makes your keeper, your midfielders, everybody have more confidence when they know that ball's sent in, that there's going to be a good touch by our defenders.
Yep.
And to be ready for the ball.
It's a great little set piece set up there by Tuscola. They try to play it to the top of the box. Luckily, we were able to break that up and not let them get a shot.
And something that's going to go unnoticed there, not a very hard shot, but a shot on goal that was bouncing all over the place there on our wet field, and Isaac getting his body behind the ball and being able to control it into his body. Well done by Isaac, just doing the fundamentals. So shout out Coach Vargas for helping with the keepers. And in case you missed it, in the earlier action, our JV Panthers were victorious 7-1 during a rain-soaked game. Coach Talon and his group have run their record to 2-4. But a conference win is awesome. Any win is awesome, but a conference win is more awesome if that's even possible. So shout out to Coach Talon and the JV Panthers. And guys, they will be in action back at home on the 27th versus Smoky Mountain. Come on out and support our future, the JV Panthers, as they play at 5, and Varsity will follow at 7. And if you can't make it out, make sure you join in on FPSN as the Smoky Mountain Battle at Cowie Mountain will be broadcasted on Monday the 27th, game time at 7 o'clock. JV will play at 5 o'clock. And now back
14,
to
he's actually for Tuscola, he's actually reached down and pulled his shin guard out of his sock. So.
I saw him running back at the end of the goal trying to get rid of something. I'm not sure what it was. Now he's going over to the sideline. Maybe he's coming out. No, he's not.
No, he's going to run with shin guard in hand. It's now a finger guard.
Well, his hand is well protected.
Yes.
Plays
his
a nice
shin
ball
is
out
not.
to number 2. Not sure what number 2 was looking for. Maybe the outside guy who stopped his run. But the Panthers able to get the ball and bring it back up on the left side. And get a touch out of bounds. So a throw in for the Panthers. We got substitutes coming in. Not yet. It's for Tuscola. We do have substitutes coming in for both teams. We got Noel coming off. And number 1, Luis Torres coming back in. Luis had played in the striker position in the first half. It looks like now he's going to play a midfield wing.
And we mentioned that Coach Kolosik was wanting to get a high work ethic out of him. And if you're wanting work ethic out of somebody, wings is where the work is done. You're all the way up the field and all the way back. 14's on the ground. think he might have had a little something going on with his leg.
That's number 14, Ben Mahaffey, a junior for Tuscola for the Mountaineers.
He's been their one target for all of their offensive plays. So this is not good for Tuscola at this point. They're definitely wanting to see him back on it. Looks like they're stretching it. Maybe it's just a cramp.
Hopefully just a cramp.
Pulling that shin guard out, I don't think it's just a cramp, Coach.
True.
Normally on a cramp, you're laying on the ground holding your cramping muscle.
With just under 15 minutes left in the game, if you just joined us, the score is 1-0 Franklin Panthers. Franklin was able to take care of a free kick, a penalty kick by number 10 Solomon Espinal. Did a little hesitation, was able to beat the keeper to the keeper's right side, and that's our only goal in the game.
Now, that's not to say that the Panthers have not earned a good number of goals this game. They got to work on finishing just a little bit more. They've been just a little bit left, just a little bit right, a little bit high. We need to get that ball inside the nets.
And Coach Long, talking to Coach Kolazic every day since we both work at the middle school, he said the one thing that he's missing is that one legitimate score. You know, that Kevin Sanchez, that Chris Chavez, that
absolutely.
Riggy Hernandez, those who you know if they were going to get a shot on goal, most likely are going to put one or two in a game, and that's what he's missing, he said.
Absolutely.
So, but knowing him, he's going to be able to develop somebody, and by mid-season have that. Ooh, nice play again by Isaac Jennings.
But yeah, absolutely. You know, that's something both programs are kind of suffering from right now is finding that aggressive score it and get the net. You know, you were mentioning those former boy players that were absolutely phenomenal at it. You know, it brings players to my mind like Allie Roots and Brandy Dills,
Yes.
Chloe Lane.
Yes.
Now, Chloe was a defender, but if there was a set piece anywhere around 40 yards out, she would nail it in the back of that net. But those are rare players. You're glad to have them when you got them. You hope every other team does not have them.
Yes.
So when you don't have them, you have to make one, and that's a journey.
Yes.
That is a journey.
Panthers playing the ball out of the back again, looking for Vladdy up top. Ooh, a missed touch. Ooh. Did we have a whistle there? It sounded like a whistle.
Not for sure.
What are they calling? The whistles happened in the box. Hopefully, it would be great if they call a penalty, but I think they're called handball there.
Not for sure. There's a lot of talking. It looks like he's pointing to the PK.
Unless it's a handball on Tuscola.
I'm not for sure what happened in that moment.
He's checking with the AR. Coach, if he made that call, from about midfield.
So we're going to get instant replay here to see what exactly occurred. So here you can see the two boys going for it. Oh. Is he looking at a handball from number 12 or 6 on the ball being cleared out?
That's a great question. I don't know what they're conversing about. But he was pointing to the PK.
He's giving a PK. Who do we have taking it here? Is it Espinal again? Solomon?
Looks like number 15, Ulysses.
Yep.
So I guess they called.
Have to be a handball in the box.
I'm not sure what they called, but it looks like the keeper's coming out. Another player for Tuscola is coming out.
Are we doing a keeper change or?
Looks like they're putting a different defender in to be keeper on this PK. Which is
interesting. This is an interesting decision.
Highly unusual.
Unless they're going to be putting their keeper 00. He also has a 13, which means he might be a pretty good field player that they might be dressing up.
And number 1, Dominic Messer, is also listed as a goalkeeper. So I'm going to assume that's the one. That's the guy who's going to come in and be the keeper on this PK.
Yeah. And with 14 being out in Tuscola, they might be going to lean in on their keeper that just came out to it looks like he's going in. That's the way it kind of looks. It looks like he just threw his jersey on and trying to go in.
So sorry, Panther fans, we're not quite sure what was called here. We know we have a penalty kick coming up. We're not quite sure why. Possibly they did not call a foul. It looked like they called possibly a handball in the box. The center official checked with his AR, and they're still going to let this go.
Yep.
And now something that doesn't happen very often. Looks like to be a keeper change for Tuscola. One of the defenders is coming in to be the keeper, and their starting keeper, who is Luke Wilson, came out onto the field.
I'm going to say that's probably what's happening on Tuscola's end. I think number 14 coming out is a big hit to them offensively. I think their keeper is a pretty skilled player with the ball. They're going to let him go up and try to get some goals.
And we have Ulysses.
Here's the kick.
Able to
good.
put it in the right side. The Panthers
great
able
shot.
to double their lead.
All right, so Tuscola here's in a hard position.
Yes, because now it's 2-0 Panthers.
Yep.
Tuscola's going to have to come out and do something they're not used to.
Are they?
It looks like the keepers are changing back.
Is this a legal keeper change again?
Technically, Coach, I know back when I coached, you could not take your shirt off on the field. Those would actually been
cards.
Those would have been cards right there, and they would have had to come off.
Yep. Our center ref's not looking back there, so I'm not sure if he knows what's occurring or not. I'm not for sure why they would do that switch with the keeper that's already been in there.
I don't know. And the keeper and the backup keeper went in, just stood there. He didn't make a dive or anything. That wouldn't matter because Ulysses planted that ball in the back corner.
Yep. It was a great.
So by way of 2 penalty kicks, the Panthers are up 2-0. We have 12 minutes and a little bit left. So Tuscola is going to have to try to come out of playing defensive-minded and try to switch offensive-minded, which is not an easy thing to do, Coach.
Oh, that is a very difficult thing to do.
And you can see Panthers being smart right there. Luis put the ball down as the clock is moving. Aaron's taking his time throwing this in, playing the ball back.
Possess, keep the ball off your feet.
That's Pablo making a nice pass over.
Isaac's up way deep. Good shield there by Caleb.
Isaac does not need to play this very fast.
Now, Tuscola's going to be a little bit more aggressive. We're going to look at possibly getting a little bit more rough, a little bit more physical here.
Coach, this is where you want to change ball boys on the side and get your slowest players out there to throw the balls in.
Well, I've been to a lot of situations where there were no ball runners, and that is great for the clock. That actually got one of my assistant coaches a couple of years back in trouble because we're like, Coach, official, are you keeping track of the time? They've wasted 2-3 minutes, and we're pressing, going for a win, and that clock beat us.
And, Coach, this is usually a time of the game where, we talked about all those good goal scorers who are also pretty smart, that if they weren't going to score, they were going to send it way over the goal where it takes a long time to get the ball back.
Yep. Right here, there's no need to rush. Just be patient. If all of Tuscola goes forward, pass it back there, let your defense pass around, make them come back up to you, and then play it deep.
Panthers in no hurry. You see Pablo coming over to play the ball, short
Smart
to
play.
Aaron.
Yep,
They play
right
a little
here.
2-man game. I think Coach Kolazic would have liked him to be a little bit more patient there.
Yep.
No
Play it
reason
off to the left.
No reason to press the issue right here. Isaac coming way up
way
to play
out
the
there.
ball.
He's going to dribble upfield a little bit.
I'm going to say that Coach Vargas is not one who taught that.
That is definitely not a Vargas coach. I do not see that coming from him at all. I'm sure he'll have a conversation with him about that tomorrow. Oh, right there. That was a terrible.
Oh,
no.
That was totally unlucky right there.
Yeah. That was a big error.
That was Isaac trying to send the ball out and found a Tuscola player who was able to easily beat him there and cut the lead in
Just had to
half.
pass it in the net at that point.
Yes. So, Coach, all that work the Panthers did to take a 2-0 lead on really just a mental mistake. I'm not even going to say a physical mistake, a mental mistake. They were able to cut the lead in half with 10 minutes left. Give a little life to
It's a little life to Tuscola.
the Mountaineers right there.
It's right here, the Mountaineers are. If you're down by 1, you're going to play physical. So Panthers got to get this ball, touch it, pass it quick. If you don't want to get hit, get the ball off your foot.
And, Coach, something we always said in a 2-0 game, whoever scores the next goal. Hopefully that doesn't come true tonight.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we score that next goal for sure. Yeah, Isaac will be beating himself up over that little.
Absolutely. He made some great saves on the night. Hopefully that doesn't ruin his night. Of course, he won't be happy about that. But if the Panthers can hold on and get a victory, it won't hurt as much.
No. A win will always help cleanse all wounds, for sure.
And, Coach, it looks like number 14 for Tuscola has come back in. Is that him playing in the middle? I might have the wrong guy. Nope, I'm mistaken.
So it looks like we got 7 and 22, and it's hard to tell what's going on out there. The numbers are pretty small in the front.
Isaac with the ball, trying to take his time here.
Got no need to rush.
Punts the ball well to midfield, takes a hop, 50-50 ball. And Tuscola's able to come away with it. Well played right there.
One thing I've seen the Panthers do is their passing game's broken down just a little bit right here.
It looks, Coach, like they're getting a little bunched together in the middle, a little tired. Still have to be able to have their space. Balls that they were being able to, passes that they were able to make early in the game, they're not being able to complete right now.
Now, a big thing that I'm seeing is Brian Rodriguez is not right there in that middle delegating that ball.
Number 10 chips it to number 11, who makes a touch. Number 5, Pablo, able to clear it for the Panthers. Tuscola is bringing a few more people up, Coach, trying to press this last 9 minutes, now the last 8 minutes of the game now.
Yeah.
Trying to get that tying goal.
Brian not being in that middle right there has made a big impact on how we're playing. We've collapsed in a little bit tighter. We're not looking at that pass. This might be him coming back in. Looks like we got Jaden Pevia maybe.
Coach got number
and Brian
7.
Brian is back out there.
in.
Yep. He's definitely been. You get to assign players of the game. I'm not going to say who Coach Klosik is going to give it to, but I know who I'd give it to in a heartbeat. That number 7 has been a big impact for this team all night.
Coach, as we see, as we get late in the game, people are getting tired and a little more fouls being called.
Tuscola has to play more physical. If they're going to get two goals in 7 minutes, they've got to be very aggressive, very physical.
Ball played in, and Pablo able to somewhat clear it for the Panthers. Tuscola still putting pressure on.
Yep.
Trying to get that equalizing goal.
Right there, we had one of Tuscola's players really get into Aaron Jennings pretty hard, and you see Aaron not very pleased with being hit like that, but that's what
good footwork by Luis right there.
This is a great possession here, and you can see that passing with the defense is back on point where it needs to be. Senior confidence. You got your senior back on the field. Great shots on the goal. Oh. And there's a push that's
guaranteed that one's not going to be called.
No, it's not, but it's definitely a little
push. Turning a shot. Unlucky right there.
That's been the story of the night. So close. So close. I'm not even sure who shot that.
That was number 22. And that is Jonathan Martinez Solano, one of the Martinez boys. We coach both of his brothers here in the Panther program.
Absolutely.
Well, 2 of his brothers, not both. He has several brothers.
So looks like Tuscola got the lucky call on that one. They were just running the ball, tripped up over when you come in hot and you trip over your foot.
Luis with a little gamemanship there. Instead of giving it right to them, kick the ball off to the side. Tuscola's complaining, but really nothing you can do except maybe a card.
Yep. Stern talking to.
With no card, which means you can do it 2 more times. Here's Luis trying the right side. He's got space. He needs to keep taking it.
Yeah, he's got to keep going. He can't pause and hesitate there. He's got to keep going to that corner and cross it over.
Able to get a throw in. Not going to be in a hurry.
No hurry.
5 minutes and 17 seconds left in this game. He drops it for his teammate to throw it in.
It only takes 1 goal to win this game, and there's no need to let the clock be in your opponent's favor.
Good throw in towards the box. Unfortunately, I didn't see any black jerseys there.
There's a lot of white.
Yes.
There's a lot of white in that spot. That was I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot coming off of number 15.
I think that was an outside right foot shot trying to bend it in.
So, I believe that was 15 on that one. I'm not for sure.
Ulysses.
Doesn't quite look like it. 16?
16. Eric Munoz. Eric coming off of a banged-up knee, getting some action tonight.
Makes a little bit of sense. If you've been injured on your knee, it takes a little bit of time to get recalibrated on your shots.
And especially on a wet field. Very, very tough to come out and play on that wet field.
Absolutely.
I know Eric took He did not kick in the last football game. That was one of the JV players, Daniel Riddle.
Yep.
Shout out to Dr. Riddle and all the support he gives Franklin Panthers.
Tons of support. He's got kids in both programs. We are very blessed to have that family support helping us out.
Yes. Again, guys, next FPSN telecast for soccer will be Monday the 27th as your Franklin Panthers take on the Smoky Mountain Mustangs in the Battle of Cowie Mountain. If you're looking for another sporting event, Friday, FPSN will be broadcasting our football game as we play host to North Henderson. Game time 7:30. East Henderson, excuse me. At 7:30. I knew it was a Henderson.
We play all the Hendersons. So
yes.
We can say Henderson and
Ooh,
be
nice
right
little,
100%.
Nice little touch to Luis. Played out of bounds.
Yep. No need to hurry here.
3
Take
minutes
your time.
left.
Yep. Here goes.
Nice throw in.
Yep. Got it
Turn
on
and
the black
shoot.
shirt.
Oh, unlucky.
That was a great turn, great shot.
Coach, I'm going
Definitely
to emphasize it again. If that was a Barbas special on the ground, I think it's 3-1.
Oh, absolutely. I remember back a long time ago, there was a gentleman from Britain who came in, and I got some training from him. And his wisest words to me was, if you want to score girls, put it in the air. If you want to score goals, keep it on the ground. We still shot it in the air quite frequently. So.
And we got number 4, Aaron Jennings, taking his time on this throw in. 2.5 minutes left. Referee's backing him up, which is going to take more time off. Keep backing up, Aaron. Keep backing up.
He's not wasting time. The official told him to walk back.
He sure did.
So, good play back to him here.
Can't have a missed touchback here in a 2-1 lead.
Ulysses. It's a good pass out to his defender on the opposite side. It's great switching. Tuscola is being a little bit aggressive to try to cut off those little passes that are a little bit longer. That's good wisdom there on Isaac. He let that ball roll all the way out to get the goal kick.
I was a little scared that we may have touched that ball and he's getting ready to give up a corner.
No, he was chasing it out, Coach. He was keeping an eye on it.
And Tuscola doing us a favor and subbing, which will take a few more seconds off the clock.
And the new rule is if we sub, you got to stop the clock. If they sub, they can keep on ticking.
Isaac taking his time. Trying to find his brother Aaron.
Yep.
Aaron's able to clear it down the right side, keep it out of bounds, unfortunately. 1.5 minutes left. Tuscola's trying to bring some numbers up. Still not selling out, Coach, and bringing everybody up, and they're only down by a goal. Chip in and
a little swat there by Isaac. Just get a little pressure off.
I did hear Isaac was watching the volleyball game the other day, so he took some notes there and tried to spike that ball.
It wasn't a spike, Coach. So
that's why I said
he was to soccer.
He was trying to spike that ball. And we have 1 minute left. Tuscola might have one, possibly two more chances here if they can keep control of this.
All the Panthers. 50 seconds.
All the Panthers need to do is clear it out of here. They need to clear it out of here.
Even getting it out of bounds.
And the Academy Award goes to number 7 for Tuscola for that flop. They shoot one in.
Right, there we go. That is probably close to the
We
game.
may have to put the ball back in play, but there's only be about 20 seconds,
Coach.
Coach.
Right here, you do a very special play. It's called exactly what I was – toss the ball to your keeper but miss it, and then toss it back to him, and then you kick it really far out of bounds.
Did they have you stop? They had him stop the clock for that,
Yep.
Coach? Like that was done on purpose.
Yep.
We would never do that.
You know, that's speculative.
Oh, and now we're switching kickers.
All the tricks are coming out right now.
Absolutely, Coach. 20 seconds
Except
left.
for kicking it out of the bounds as far as you can. I mean, you put that thing way out of bounds.
True.
Oh, right here it is.
There's one. Let that go, fans.
No ball
down
boy
to
on the side. Oh, there he was.
He had put it on the ground. We might have one more chance for a shot on goal. And, Coach,
Fall
that
on
should
it.
do
That
it
should
right
do
there.
it. Yep.
Number 7 diving again, thinking he's going to get a call there. No way in a 2-1 game. And there's our horn.
There it is.
So Panthers victorious 2-1. Panthers 2, Mountaineers 1. The Panthers will move to 3-2-3 on the year, but more importantly, Coach, 2-0 in the conference.
2-0 in conference.
Tuscola will fall to 3-4 on the year and 0-1 in the Mountain 7 conference. So the Panthers will stay on top for at least another game or so. Again, thank you for all who joined in tonight to watch and listen to our broadcast on FPSN. Our next broadcast for soccer will be Monday the 27th versus Smoky Mountain, the Battle of Cowie Mountain. And if you want to check out Franklin Panther football, they will be broadcasted Friday night, game time 7:30 versus North Henderson.
Absolutely. Let's keep going, Panthers. Like I said, we got 2 games in between.
Not North Henderson, East Henderson.
Henderson
I
for
messed that up
football.
twice.
It's
So-
a Henderson.
It's a Henderson. So congratulations, Coach Kolazic and the varsity soccer team, and congratulations, Coach Talon, the JV soccer game. We always like sweeps. That trip back to Waynesville will be a little bit longer for the Mountaineers. For Coach Ken Neitz and for Coach Dwight Long, thank you for listening and have a great night.